paragliding area we are visiting today is El Bosque, which is located about 30 minutes south of Algodonales. The El Bosque mountain range is west-facing and rises from approximately 450 meters to over 1000 meters. During the day, the area is perfect for thermaling. Cross-country to the coast is popular amongst local pilots. Especially good are the evening hours when the valley is active until the sunset. Here you see me at about 4:30 p.m. on a winter day. I came here today because in Algodonales there's too much wind, and according to the local guides, here in El Bosque the wind is much weaker most of the time. In Algodonales we had a north wind of about 30 to 40 kilometers an hour, while here I just had one flight where there was almost no wind at all. Only 35 kilometers by a car and less than 20 kilometers by air makes the difference. According to the locals, El Bosque's proximity to the sea is responsible for the lower winds. So not only the wind direction but also the wind speed should be the basis for the decision which paragliding area to use. This is now the takeoff in El Bosque. Quite small and a lot of stones. The altitude of the takeoff is on 718 meters and the height difference to the landing is about 460 meters. Takeoff is possible towards the west and towards the northwest. The pilot we can see in front of here is getting out northwest. The launch site is not very steep, so a good wind from the front can be helpful. The landing area is just towards the southwest of the takeoff. Getting from the landing to the takeoff by car takes about 20 minutes and it's a distance of 10 kilometers. Hiking should take about 1.5 hours. Because the area is not so frequented, it might be difficult to find a lift. In this case, hiking is the choice. Even when driving up, the last few meters must be covered on foot. Here are the coordinates where the vehicle must stop. Another 5 to 10 minutes hiking and the windsock of the takeoff is visible. I just had a small chat with the locals here and they told me that the stones here on the ground are very sharp and there's a high threat that you might cut your lines. Also, they told me that it's recommendable to stay in front of the mountain and not get to the back of the mountain because over there there's no landing opportunities anymore and there's also no roads. So the flying area is just in front even if you get up higher. And to gain altitude, the most recommended place is at the rocks over there where we see this glider heading to. the conditions were very weak that day, so I also turned left towards the rocks directly after the start. The distance is about 2 kilometers and they can only be reached using the speed bar. Once there, a reliable lift can be expected. I had 2 tries that day, but only one worked out. While in the afternoon I had to go to the landing immediately, in the evening an hour of soaring was possible. The rocks here on the left in the picture are visible from the landing side. The distance is only about 500 meters. Here on my way to the landing side, one more view to the El Bosque mountain range, before I turn back towards the landing right in front of me. This is the landing area in El Bosque. And the takeoff is just up there, about 1.5 kilometers air distance. Here we can see the landing in front of us to the right. It is a field of about 50 to 100 meters on an altitude of 254 meters. I think there's no official landing pattern. At the day of research, all the pilots went in from the north towards the south. Here you can see me on the base leg, turning in the final leg also towards the south. Besides the hedge to the left and in the front, no obstacles could be detected. Here an overview of the small but smart paragliding area. One landing and one takeoff towards the west-northwest. This El Bosque video is part of a small series of Andalucian paragliding area videos, covering also Teba, Algodonales and Montellano.